A very interesting question this is, where we need to have an understanding of how graphs really work. If I can look at that, then doing this question will become very, very easy for me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at the graph of the right hand side, and I'm going to look at the graph of the left hand side and understand how many intersection points are there. Number of distinct real values is all what they're asking me. Right now, let me first look at the graph of modulus of x plus 2 minus of modulus of x minus 2. By simply following the basic rule, it says that this graph is changing its values around x equals to minus 2. This is changing its value around x equals to 2. So on my graph paper, I would realize that there are two critical points that we are referring to. Okay, so if we refer to two critical points, those critical points are going to be minus 2 and 2 that you are looking at. So this is your x-axis, y-axis, and you are looking at a 2 and a minus 2 as the values where it is changing, right? These are the values. Now, if the value of x is greater than or equals to 2, then what happens? The first modulus, values inside the modulus is positive, and since x is greater than 2, the value inside this modulus is also positive. So you can simply drop the modulus and write this as x plus 2 minus of x minus 2, which then turns out to be what? X plus 2 minus of x plus of 2, and x will get cancelled out. So for any value of x greater than or equals to 2, your right hand side is going to yield the value what? 4. So at x equals to 2, y will turn out to be equals to 4. Suppose this is 4 that we are talking about, and then it is going to move like this always for any value of x greater than 2. So this is the graph that we are getting in the region x greater than equals to 2. Now look at the second region, x lying between minus 2 to 2. Minus 2 to 2 is what we are looking at. If I look at minus 2 to 2, then x plus 2 for any value of x greater than minus 2 is going to be positive. So I'm going to write x plus 2 over here. And then x minus 2, because the value of x is less than 2, will turn out to be negative. So I'm going to make it negative once I drop the modulus. So this is going to become what? Minus x plus of 2. Now, if you expand this bracket, you are going to get what? X plus of x, which is going to become 2x, and 2 and minus 2 will get cancelled out. So in this region between minus 2 to 2, it is going to take the values equivalent to 2x. So put x as 2, it is going to give you 4. So your graph is over here. Put x as minus 2, it is going to give me a minus 4 over here, which is a value over here. And I can then join the 2 points to say that this will be the graph in between minus 2 to 2 for my right hand side of the equation. Let's look at the last part of it. When x is less than or equals to minus 2, then what will be the graph of the right hand side? This will be negative. First modulus will be negative. Second modulus will also be negative. So you will get minus x minus of 2. And then you will have this negative sign present over here. And then you will have a minus x plus of 2. So if you expand this further, you will realize x will get cancelled out and you are going to get a minus 4 over there. So what will be the graph in the region x less than minus 2 for my right hand side? This is going to be my graph, right? Now comes the next part of it, which is very, very interesting. The way they have described the, graph or the function on the left hand side of this equation. Now look at this: max of x comma minus 2, minimum of x comma 2, right? Now, if I put any value greater than 2, this value will change. If I put any value between minus 2 to 2, there will be again changes, and less than minus 2 again changes. So my ranges will remain the same once again. They have designed the question that way. So if x is greater than or equals to 2, then what happens to my second function is what we are looking at. So let me take the second function in another color so that we are better able to look at this. So if I look at the second function, which was the function present on my left hand side of the equation, max of x comma minus 2. So if you take any value of x greater than 2, then what happens? Your value of x is greater than 2. And the other value is what? Minus 2. So which value will be greater? X is greater than 2. And in comparison to minus 2, this value of x will be greater, of course. So what will be the value that you will get out of this? You will always get the value as x minus of minimum of x comma 2. So when your value of x is greater than 2, so this value will be greater and 2 will be lesser. They are talking about minimum of x comma 2. So it will turn out to be 2 only. So your function takes the value x minus 2 in the region x greater than equals to 2. So if you put 2, it is going to be 0. And then As and when you increase the value of x going forward, let's say you put 3, it will give you 1. You put 4, it will give you 2. So it is going to follow a straight line, and that equation of the straight line is of course going to be what? X minus 2. So that's the graph that you are going to get in that region. Let's move to the second region and try and understand what happens to my left hand side in this region. Minus 2 to 2. The value of x is between minus 2 to 2, and you are trying to look at the maximum value between x and minus 2. This value is remaining minus 2, but the other value is turning between minus 2 to 2. My max value will still be given by x only. Minus of minus 2 to 2, minimum of minus 2 to 2 and 2. So of course it will be minus 2 to 2, which is x. So x minus x will turn out to be what? 0. So your value between minus 2 to 2 for my left hand side is going to be nothing but 0. So it will move all along the x-axis. So we have got two intersection points at the moment. One intersection point is of course 0, 0. One intersection point is over here. Let's look at the left hand side in the region x less than or equals to minus 2. When I look at x less than or equals to minus 2, value of x is less than minus 2. And over here you have a minus 2. What will be the maximum value over there? It will be minus 2. Then you have a minus sign over here, minimum of x comma 2. The value is less than minus 2. So of course, x will be lower than 2 always in this region. So it will turn out to be minus 2 minus x. If you put the value of x as minus 2 in this, it will give you 0. So the function is starting from here. Now just put a minus 3 over there. If you put a minus 3, minus 2 plus of 3, it will become, which will be 1. So you will have a graph which of course is having a negative slope and is going to move like this. So now how many intersection points do you have? You have 2 intersection points, and that becomes the answer for this question, that there are 2 distinct real values of x which will satisfy this equation.